This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast on the internet only, not on satellite, not on terrestrial, not on cable platforms. This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast only on the internet. It's the Baby Angel Geronimo Manifesto edition, and it is accompanying the baby angel Scudgy Kitten and her family. And the special dedication is the baby kittens, the princess kittens to the 24. The serial number of this bulletin is 308122024. And the broadcasting time for the records is 0900 GMT on Sunday, the 8th of December 2024. This particular edition is being dedicated in a world exclusive way by me, Muhammad Haque, to the anniversary of the visit to the Brick Lane area, Tower Hamlets, by Ziaur Rahman. Ziaur Rahman as president of Bangladesh in 1980. And I am doing this in order to assert the substantial event that I organized for the reality of Ziaur Rahman addressing the Bangladeshis in the United Kingdom from this platform staged over the previous weeks with my direction and by the participation of a number of individuals, including the now deceased Azizul Haque, who liaised with the then Bangladesh High Commissioner in the United Kingdom, known as Minu Duha. There is a number of things that need to be asserted for the record. First of all, I did that as a result of the failure up to that point by all the governments in Bangladesh to recognize the unique and absolutely central role played by the Bangladeshis living in the United Kingdom. Bangladeshis, of course, living in the United Kingdom in 1971 were not Bangladeshis, but they were East Pakistanis who joined the international platform created for the creation of a state of Bangladesh because of the brutalities inflicted on the people of East Pakistan by the military regime in Pakistan, which was predominantly made of people drawn from various parts of West Pakistan, which is now Pakistan. That the people of Tower Hamlets, the Bangladeshis, the East Pakistanis living in Tower Hamlets, known as the Brick Lane area, played a significant central part in mobilizing, rallying international clamor, call for Bangladesh to be recognized by the people of the world, was the single most important international event that continued for the whole period of the campaign, which ended on the 16th of December 1971 with the recognition of the state of Bangladesh coming from various parts of the world. And that role played by the people of East Pakistan until 16th of December 1971 was the most important international event. Whatever the actual combats were doing in the period that became later known and recorded would not have been given any recognition if the people of Silot living in Brick Lane and leading the call for support, international support for the people of East Pakistan, had not been actively doing so. My father was one of the people who was among the leaders of the mobilization for the support of Bangladesh in those 9 months. So when the news came that Ziaur Rahman was visiting United Kingdom in 1980, the year before he was assassinated in Chittagong in Bangladesh, when news filtered out that he was going to visit East London as well, Brick Lane, I rallied privately support for the holding of a meeting to be addressed by Ziaur Rahman and addressed in front of Bangladeshis living in Tower Hamlets and anywhere else that might be able to travel. I didn't dictate any detailed agenda apart from the fact that I created the platform for Ziaur Rahman. If I hadn't done that, what would have happened? What had happened before? Heads of Bangladesh government or Bangladesh state had visited Brick Lane before, but they didn't. They didn't hold or address a public rally of Bangladeshis, which meant that it was a fleeting visit with no significance whatsoever. So I wanted to create a difference. And I had also spent the previous weeks in researching, writing, laying out, printing, and publishing the one and only memorial bulletin marking the visit of Ziaur Rahman, in which I describe Ziaur Rahman's role in Bangladesh as a steward. Now, I want to emphasize this because unlike all the sycophants, including the sycophants that served Sheikh Hasina, who was ousted on the 5th of August 2024, I didn't want to use any term, any phrase, any words or wording that would suggest that I was venerating Ziaur Rahman. I wanted to create an objective profile of Ziaur Rahman, and I addressed him as the steward of Bangladesh. Now, I was writing that in 1980, which was 9 years since Bangladesh was, quote, liberated and recognized on the 16th of December, 1971. And to his credit, when he did address the rally at the Allen Gardens, also known as 55 Buxton Street, London E1 off Brick Lane, Ziaur Rahman wisely, very wisely, held up a nameplate for Brick Lane and declared that he would call a street in Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, Brick Lane, in recognition of the people of Brick Lane, the Bangladeshis. So this was the recognition that I had been expecting to happen, and the Bangladeshi people that supported Bangladesh cause during 1971 from the United Kingdom expected, were entitled to expect. So this was the twin monuments, if you like, that I created in 1980 for international Bangladeshis. Not Bengali international, but international Bangladeshis, so that there would be this milestone in the history and the journey internationally of the Bangladeshis. And on this theme, I'll be continuing to add various factual points. Suffice to say that few years before Ziaur Rahman visited Allen Gardens and addressed the Bangladeshis in the Allen Gardens, a Siloti, General Usmani, visited Brick Lane and he addressed a gathering in the Naz Hotel. But he didn't. He did not say anything remotely, significantly, uniquely comparable to what Ziaur Rahman did, which was to hold up the street name of Brick Lane and declare that he would name a street in Dhaka called Brick Lane. Now, since that event, this is now 44 years since that event. Is it 44 years? And nobody, absolutely nobody in the Bangladesh government, in control of Bangladesh government or at the head of the state of Bangladesh has, again, remotely similar, has said anything remotely similar to what Ziaur Rahman said in his speech in the Allen Gardens in 1980. So this is also in the context of the history, the unique history of creating a unique profile of Bangladeshis internationally. I add the 100 plus questions that I put to Ziaur Rahman. Again, this is unique. I put the 100 plus questions to Ziaur Rahman during the week of the what is called Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting that was held 3 years earlier in London in 1977. Throughout the whole week, I reiterated several questions, all my research questions about Bangladesh, foreign policy, domestic policy, democracy, whatever else came to mind. And Ziaur Rahman answered all my questions. Maybe he didn't answer the questions that met the requirements of these questions that I had put, but he answered all the questions. And in the answering of the questions, which I put in front of the international core of journalists attending the events of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, Ziaur Rahman did not refuse to answer questions. Ziaur Rahman did not express or put on a facial expression that showed any readable trace of hostility to my questioning. Now, I don't know who else on the record, apart from myself, ever put even 10 questions to Ziaur Rahman while he was in post as president of Bangladesh, as head of the government of Bangladesh. So again, I'll be elaborating on this and extending the commentary in due course.